I'm standing on the steps of the Beelan household in Ashland, Oregon. Some slightly sad news, but also kind of exciting. My visa runs out in a few weeks from now, and we've just spent a month here fixing so many things. It's been crazy and amazing, and the Beelan family has just been absolutely incredible. Solar Roll are just such an incredible company and incredible family, and they've helped us out massively. And we fixed, the tracking has been the main thing, but we fixed so many interior stuff, and it's been a really good time. So we've just spent the last week camping on the Smith River. Tonight I'm leaving from Medford. I'm heading on a bus down to San Diego, where I'm going to spend a little bit of time before I hop across the border into Mexico. And Jolie is going to slowly traverse down the west coast, same as ever, through California, and he's going to meet me in Mexico in a couple of weeks, month or two, unsure. So I'm really sad to be missing California, but I know I'm going to be back here, and we feel like there's so many connections and so many collaborations we can have here, and so many people that we can reach. And by us just rushing because of some silly visa is a really silly idea. I personally made the decision and had a big conversation with Jolie, and made the decision to just hang out down south, get picked up in a little bit by Jolie, and we continue through Baja, Mexico. I'm saying goodbye once again to the Beelan household. Said goodbye to the family this morning. They all got up at like 7 o'clock this morning. We took a photo, and that was really sad. But such is life on the road. You got to keep saying your see you laters, because we're definitely going to see them again. I'll see you on the web.
You are going on a run. Let's get scratching.
It's just me again to say goodbye to the Beelans, the whole Beelan family, and Keegan to Corey. He's done a bit of a runner. Nah, just joking. Keegan's gone ahead on the journey. His visa was running out in the United States. He's decided to skip ahead to Mexico, not overstay his visa, which is something that we absolutely do not condone here in Route del Sol. Just a good opportunity for me and him to have a bit of alone time. Been long overdue. I've never really gotten time to just spend alone in this van. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't had any alone time, I'd say, in the last 2 years at all. So I'm pretty keen to explore that. All of that's going on. It's a bit of a mammoth task. I packed up this van by myself this morning. Brett and Nat were around and they wanted help, but I said, no, I've got to learn. So I folded all the panels away by myself, and it was a bit of a task, not having Keegan around to help out with that. For now, you're my only source of socialization, so I'm going to keep you all updated as best as I can, and hopefully we can put up some pretty cool solo vlogs again.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
All with their respective hangovers.
Yes.
All in the... I meandered not far from our place of divergence at Smith River in the northernmost county of California. I found myself in the town of Arcata, Humboldt County, where I met a few new friends with whom I became very close. I felt embraced, comfortable and happy. Previous to departing Ashland, as suggested by Brett, I'd applied to sit a 10-day Vipassana course, which if accepted, I would have to make the journey southward to Lake County, about 200 miles southeast. Upon acceptance, I'd realised how I'd been neglecting my mental health. My whole existence became a huge question, and I began to challenge the legitimacy of who I was. I was coming off a huge year of internal warfare, and I reached a point where I knew I couldn't continue unless I started to make some changes, or at least try something new. So it was off to Vipassana I went. I didn't find my answers. I found a bunch of dogma. A man literally sitting on a throne, talking about science and the pathway to enlightenment. However, under the dogma, I would still say there was value in my Vipassana experience. Sitting in silence for extremely long periods of time, practicing Vipassana, allowed me to understand the inner workings of my mind better. And I'll be the first to admit, it was pretty messy. This was a super valuable perspective. I returned back to Humboldt to continue the journey from the starting point. Alright, so what are you doing here, Jeffrey?
What are you doing, bro?
What are you doing? What's happening?
These are the world's bees, and I get to honor of like caretaking them a little bit, or they caretake me. I take little 10 to 20 bees, and I actually do bee venom acupuncture. It's an ancient practice that is recordedly 5,000 years old. The practice is called Hoshindo, and it's Japanese meridian apitherapy. Balancing modality for the body, and also creates a healing response wherever the venom is applied. I see people with arthritis, inflammatory issues, muscular pain and swelling. And one of the key things right now that it's really helping people with is Lyme disease. Components of the venom actually helps to break down biofilm protein around the Lyme bacteria so the body can actually access and deal with it.
Really?
So it's pretty amazing. It's a component of one of the main components of the venom is melatonin.
Okay.
Wow, look at all the bees. They're just like, ooh, so awesome. Yeah, I just do my little great gratitude prayer. Thank you, bees, for providing this planet with all that you do. Yeah, I like to sing a little song to them, which is basically just a little hymn that I learned when I was learning my getting trained in Hoshindo. Yeah, so I usually like to hear their vibration, their buzz. Give thanks, yeah. Hoshindo, Hoshindo, Hoshindo. Look, a visitor came by. He's a fellow member of the tribe. Look at that. That's beautiful. Hey, Bumble.
Coming in to hear the hymn.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, look. So for everyone watching from around the world that isn't from North America or that doesn't have bumblebees, right here on his finger is a bumblebee, and here is a European honeybee.
Yep. Oh, and she got me by her thumb. So that's basically I just got stung by a bee.
Huh.
So anyway, so then I'll hold on to that stinger there, and then quickly I will put her to rest. And then right here, I've got...
So hard to see.
It is.
You can see it on the end. I'll just hold that tweezer up again. You can see that right on the end there. It's showing up there.
Yeah, there's my acupuncture needle. So it's one little self-contained unit with the stinger and the venom sac. So I have the stinger above the tweezers and the venom sac below. And then I'm going to do a little tapping on my shoulder. And it doesn't hurt. It's pain-free. But I'm putting a little bit of venom in a variety of places on my achy shoulder. And it'll create a healing response of the body too. I'll just set it in there.
It is right there. So that is a bee stinger in Jeffrey's shoulder. And so just in my layman's terms, I'm going to explain, he puts these in here, and what it does is it sparks the histamine response in your body. If you've ever been stung by a bee before, you get a bit of inflammation, and we're obviously taught or feel that inflammation is bad, but it's actually really good. What it's doing is it's sparking our immune system and getting the immune response active in our bodies. All the white blood cells, and I think it's hemoglobin, rush to that area and start healing whatever's wrong with your body.
And you can have a chronic condition, and by stinging that chronic area, it becomes an acute condition. Cool. And then the body starts to re-heal it again.
And these are the meridian lines?
So this, I'm doing my lung meridian here. I'm just lightly tapping a little bit of bee venom along some of my points on my lung meridian.
Now, Jeffrey's convinced me that it's time for me to get stung by bees. And I have an old injury on my ankle. We did some yoga this morning. It's a little bit inflamed. It's going to do a test on my navel area to make sure that I'm not allergic, and then we're going to sting up my ankle. So I just got stung by bee stingers in my ankles. Yeah, he stung me in my knee, in my ACL joint. It was inflamed a little bit. Feels good. Doesn't hurt too much. Doesn't hurt at all, really. Just a bit of a bee sting. Yeah, a bit scratchy, a bit itchy. But most of all, I can just feel, the bee venom working, and hopefully my body responds pretty well to it and helps me heal. My name's Joel. But before I head out, I've decided that Now would be a great time to get a tattoo.